Welcome back to the Dr. Rima Truth Reports. You are listening to the heartbeat of freedom and the drumbeat of truth. My co-host, Ralph Ustola, JD, is with me as always, and our guest, Dane Wigington, who is the guiding spirit behind geoengineeringwatch.org. We have been having a sobering and very, very important conversation. There are few bright spots except for our collective willingness to make sure that we take our power legitimately into our own hands and stop the destruction of the ball of mud that our lives depend on, that every single one of us depends on for life and for sustenance, and we're killing that ball of mud. But there are some bright spots, and before we go back to our conversation with Dane, I would like to talk to you about hemp oil. I'd like to talk to you about the fact that finally it is legal in the United States to have a hemp oil that lacks the THC, the get you high part, and that is very high in the CBD part, the get you well part. This is legal, it is available, and it is absolutely safe and completely harmless. It's high potency CBD hemp oil. Now, if you go to tinyurl.com/hemp oil now, you will see information about the products that have very high concentrations of CBD and have no side effects. Now you have to be sensible. Should a pregnant woman take high CBD hemp oil? Probably not, for a very simple reason. It keeps the new blood cells that cancer depends upon for its growth from forming. That's called anti-angiogenesis. So you would be cautious. But the precautions are very few, and the toxicity is nada. So unlike chemotherapy, unlike drugs for Parkinson's like Sinemet, unlike drugs for MS like baclofen, unlike drugs for pretty much everything that people get drugs for, there are no dangers. This is safe and effective.
And Dr. Rima, it's legal. And maybe that's when I can chime in. Let me explain why we're saying that. Now, the issue is THC, which is the chemical that has been outlawed. The products that we're working with are entirely developed from commercial level hemp. They're not taken from marijuana. The plants are grown for fiber, and those plants have a higher level of CBDs. It's extracted, it's added back into commercial hemp oil, food grade hemp oil, and the product's delivered in several different forms. It is lawful. It is lawful for Dr. Rima to recommend the use of hemp oil as what's called a medical food for the dietary maintenance of good health. And it's also appropriate for Dr. Rima as a nutritionist to recommend it as a dietary supplement or even as a normal part of the food. It's all of those things. What it's not is it's not a drug intended to treat disease. It's there to support the body's normal capacity to find health. And it does that magnificently. As Dr. Rima says in the webpage that you can get to from tinyurl.com/hemp oil now, she says, Google whatever you're concerned about plus hemp oil and see what you get. See the information you find. We are making available the hemp oil in two ways. Number one, we've joined with a number of other professionals in an affiliate program that is making some hemp oil products available to the general public through us. Those products include a very fine 5% CBD skin cream, a vape pen that has 5% CBD oil in it. But that's really not enough for a lot of individuals who have special needs that Dr. Rima is concerned about. And so while the affiliate program is developing higher potency products over the next several months, we have available now the professional level products at the 15 to 22% CBD level. They have to be ordered through Dr. Rima. They are really only provided through professionals on this level. And we have a system to do that. And that system is at tinyurl.com/hemp oil now. You'll see it explains to you how you go through the process of determining what you want to order, how you pay for it, and how you tell us what you want to order. That process will be automated as we go forward. And by the time you listen to this presentation, it will have already been automated. You'll find at tinyurl.com/hemp oil now the information you need up to date on obtaining the hemp oil products you want.
Whether or not you are struggling with a health issue or a psychiatric issue or a muscle contraction issue or an autoimmune issue, you know someone who is. Why not help them to safe, natural healing with the plants that we are made to interact with? By the way, hemp has been cultivated for 9,000 years for food, fiber, oil, animal feed, and the only place in the world that it's not cultivated is the U.S. and its shadow puppet regimes like Canada. In 1933, hemp became an illicit plant in the United States, and Canada still will not allow hemp oil to be used. Our hemp oil can be shipped to Chile, it can be shipped to France, it can be shipped to lots of places, but not Canada, not New Zealand. Go figure. Okay, this is really important. So it's tinyurl.com, hemp oil now. And it's something that you owe yourself and the people that you care about to give them this option. Maybe they'll use it, maybe they won't, but if you don't tell them, they won't know.
All right, back to our guest, Dr. Rima.
Dane, are you familiar with high CBD hemp oil?
I am. In fact, well, while you were discussing it, I was cupping the phone and telling my wife to restock us on hemp oil. So anyway, yes, I'm very familiar with it.
Good.
I believe it's a very, very beneficial product, and we certainly need to do all we can to try to stay healthy while we're fighting the battles that we must fight.